Hello, everybody. Once again, Professor Toto with the Conservative College and TNN, Toto's News Network. Welcome to my class today. I'm fixing to give you an education in truth so that you know how to combat all of the lies that you're seeing all over today. Today is a mirage. Today is very confusing. And I made a video yesterday trying to prepare you for today, because I thought we would all be in tears and upset, but it is turning out to be a miracle Monday, right? Oh, we was looking for Monday Madness, and now we're coming up with Miracle Monday. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have in my hands, like Rush Limbaugh, I'm going to shake the paper. I've got in my hands the ruling from the Wisconsin Supreme Court, giving one of the greatest victories to our cause, and I'm going to explain why it is massive. And I'm going to show you on the screen why we believe in fake news and why we call it fake. Because all you're seeing right now on CNN about Wisconsin is that it was a major loss for Donald Trump. They threw out his case, and it was a major defeat. That's all you're going to see today. But your eyes are fixing to look at the screen, and you're fixing to find the truth. Now listen to me. I'm being censored like crazy on YouTube today. You're going to have to go to Rumble and subscribe, because they're getting us ready to, you just need to go subscribe on Rumble. The link is in my description below. You're going to have to go subscribe there to keep up with your professor, because it doesn't look like they're going to let these videos stay up here any longer. So if you're watching me, go down to the description box, click on Rumble, and go subscribe. It's free of charge, but you can catch my videos over there. All of our other descriptions are in the description. Our other handles are in the description box below. We need to connect, or else you're going to believe these lies that you're seeing. You're not going to understand the trivial nuances of this whole process. Let me give you another example. Someone just called me that I love very dearly, someone in my family, and they were saying they're on the other side of this battle. And they said, tell me what's going to happen on January the 6th. So I began to tell them the process. And I said, and then Mo Brooks is going to make a motion. And they said, that's where we got you right there. I said, what? They said, we were just watching the Georgia Attorney General, and he said that this election's over today because Nancy Pelosi will be in control on January the 6th. And my heart broke that an attorney general can be so dumb not to know that Nancy Pelosi is going to be a little Minnie Mouse sitting in a seat that day with no authority over her house. It's heartbreaking to see how uneducated we are. And if you're uneducated, you will be in fear. Constant going back and forth with this election. I'm calling every student of this conservative college to become bearers of truth, fearless warriors. You cannot have no fear if you're not educated and knowledgeable about this process. Big news out of Wisconsin. Are you ready? Okay, I'm going to go to the screen, and remember, the great hoax called COVID-19, not the disease, but the response unto the disease was the hoax, was used as a big scare tactic to keep everybody away from the polls, to give Joe Biden the election. This was their gallows that they planned to hang Donald Trump on. Now, how did they do that? By circumventing their constitution in their individual states. In these individual states, you're not allowed to just do a mail-in vote for any reason whatsoever. There's 3 reasons you can vote by mail. And one of those 3 reasons is called indefinite confinement. So today, the Wisconsin court had 2 lawsuits in front of them. One was from the man himself, Donald Trump, and his campaign. The other was from the Republican Party. Mr. Trump's lawsuit was much more demanding than the Republican lawsuit. Mr. Trump wanted all mail-in ballots thrown out across the board. He was rejected. So when you see that on your screen today, Wisconsin rejects Trump's lawsuit, that's called the Wizard of Oz. But here's a little Toto now. Let's go over here and I'm going to pull the curtain back and show you the truth. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Well, we're going to do that today. We're going to pay attention to the second lawsuit that we won. Now, this lawsuit was not asking for all ballots to be thrown out, but rather it was asking for the statute from the Wisconsin Constitution to be adhered to concerning these mail-in ballots, in particularly people that could use the excuse of indefinite confinement. Remember, in the 2016 election, about 50,000 people used that excuse. Well, this year, 250,000 used that excuse. It is that 200,000 vote difference that we were going after. There is only a 20,000 vote difference, ladies and gentlemen, in Wisconsin right now. So let's go look at the screen, and I want to show you what happened in Wisconsin today. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull up that ruling. Now, before I read the judge's ruling to you, I want to read to you what they tried to pull off in Wisconsin. Okay, so let's see if we can find this application window. See if we can't pull that up, and let's go. Now, let me see if y'all can see that on your screen. 1 second. I want to make sure it's not backwards. I'm just learning how to use all this technology. Let's go to YouTube, and let's see what this is looking like. Make sure that's on your screen, and it's not on your screen. Make sure that's on your screen, and it's not. Hold tight. Give me 1 second, everybody. Bear with me. Learning as I go here. Let's try the entire desktop. Let's see if that changes anything. On your screen. Make sure that's on your screen. All right. The entire desktop. Let's see. Okay. I'm just waiting, guys, because I want to show you. Okay. Something is in my way here. Oh, I know what it is. Let's see. Hopefully that'll work. There we go. Yay. Congratulations, Professor Toto. Okay. So this is a statement or ruling from Scott McDonald. Now, Scott McDonald, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure what his office. Oh, he's the Milwaukee County Clerk. Okay. He issued this ruling just before the election on his Facebook page. It says, I've informed Dane County municipal clerks that during this emergency, they would love for it to have been an emergency. And based on the governor's stay-at-home order, I am declaring all Dane County voters, all of them, may indicate as needed that they are indefinitely confined due to illness. That's funny. What illness? They didn't have an illness. The chance of getting an illness is not an illness. Let's continue. This declaration will make it easier. I bet it would, oh Scott. It would make it easier for Dane County voters to participate in this election by mail-in during these difficult, pitiful times. I urge all voters who request a ballot and have trouble presenting valid ID. Oh, did you notice that? They have trouble presenting valid ID. Wow. To use the excuse that I'm indefinitely confined. Now, he went on to say people are reluctant to check that box that says they're indefinitely confined. Yeah, dude, they're reluctant to do it because most people are not cons and liars. Most people have a conscience. They don't want to check that box if they're not indefinitely confined. You liar, you con artist, you scam artist that's caught getting these citizens to lie on an official affidavit. People are reluctant to check the box that says they're indefinitely confined. But this is a pandemic. Ooh. That's the hoax, ladies and gentlemen. I just proved to you the COVID-19 hoax, not the disease, you bunch of YouTube fact checkers that's watching me. I didn't say the disease was a hoax. I said this is a hoax. What he just said, lie on your affidavit, he said. We're authorizing you to lie. We're authorizing fraud. And then he tells you, look, then he goes on to tell you how the process works and how to lie real easy. And it says here, voters are confined due to COVID-19 illness. No, they're not. They don't have an illness. Oh, this makes me, you know what? I get mad at this kind of stuff. Seeing the big brother, the liberals, what they have done to this election. If it don't make you mad, you're not a patriot. And he says, when the stay-at-home order by the governor is lifted, then the voter can change their designation back by contacting their clerk. Like, who is going to do that, little squirmy Scott? Look, some of you get mad because I call people names, then keep getting mad. He's a squirmy Scott. Oh, but you're a preacher. I'm an American patriot as well. And this stuff is infuriating. All right. So that's what we went to court over. Here is the ruling of the Supreme Court. Are you ready? Let's scroll up. Here you go. We're going to go to subsection number 2. You can read all the rest of this later. I'll put a link to it in the description box. The Supreme Court says, here's how we interpret this. We conclude that 6.862A requires that each individual elector make up his or her own determination as to whether the elector is indefinitely confined. An elector's determination may be based only on their age or an actual physical illness or infirmity. An elector is indefinitely confined for his or her own age, physical illness, or infirmity, not those of another person. Did you hear me? This is bigger than you know. Why? Because this is what's fixing to be appealed again to the federal courts and the Supreme Courts. Just hold your horses. But this is not the end of it. What did they just say? You cannot claim indefinite confinement because somebody else has COVID-19. Let's keep reading. Accordingly, we conclude that the respondent's interpretation, talking about Squirmy Scott and all of y'all's government officials there, of the Wisconsin election laws was erroneous. Additionally, we conclude that emergency order number 12 issued by Squirmy Scott did not render all Wisconsin electors indefinitely confined. In other words, 200,000 illegitimate, illegal votes for Joe Biden based on indefinite confinement, therefore obviating the requirement for a valid photo ID. This was their dark plans from the beginning, to get everybody that normally can't produce an ID for whatever nefarious reason to be able to check mark, I'm indefinitely confined because I'm scared. You were told to be scared. That was the plan, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see what my students are saying to me over here. Let me get back over here and just see what my students are saying to me. See if anybody's as mad as I am. Let me just see if anybody's mad like me. If y'all ain't mad, then y'all are sad, because this is a horrible, horrible, horrible turn of events. Stay with me, guys. Hang tight. Here we go. So, does anybody see what we're talking about? Do you have any questions? Do you see me? Do you see this? Okay, y'all ready for my song? Hold on. I told you so. Yeah, that's our theme song around here. Let me see what my students are saying. Hey, before I do that, I got a few shout outs. People that have been so sweet to Professor Toto. You sent me apples. Some of you have sent lobsters. Some of you have sent bread. Some of you have sent love offerings to our church through Train Doe, Jeffrey Trabe, Dorothy Green, Lori McCourtney, Marilee Edwards, Gary Boer. Thank you. I love y'all. Big hugs from your professor. Oh, God is good. So, ladies and gentlemen, when somebody tells you today Wisconsin won, okay, how do I put a link to this? Hold on. Tell you what, I need to find out how to put a link to this file so y'all can read it for yourself and pass it around to all your people. And I don't know how to do this because it was emailed to me. Oh, well, I'll figure it out, guys. Okay. Hey, I've got 4,000 people watching. I only got 700 likes. Okay, well, then I didn't do a good job. That's all right. Of course, CNN reported Joe Biden's the winner. Of course they did. Oh, I love you, Shelly Girl 37. Okay, Nevada. Please, please, please stop misunderstanding. Please. There's nothing worse than fake news, whether it's from the left or the right. We did not flip Nevada today, as long as I'm understanding correctly. We chose an alternate dueling slate of electors, which is wonderful. That's what we wanted. That's what I've said from the beginning that we needed. Now you have two slate of electors being mailed to the House of Representatives from the legislature in Nevada, and then the Republican House will have to vote which of those slate of electors to accept. Now, unless something happened there that I'm just not aware of. What's up in Michigan? So the judge removed the gag order today, and there's definite fraud in Antrim County, as proven by an independent audit of the machines. We will be filing emergency appeals there. Thank you. 1,300 likes now. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, before we go, please subscribe to this channel right now. Click the notification bell and then click all. And there's something I never really mentioned. I've never mentioned it on our shows. But did y'all know that Professor Toto has a cookbook? I love to cook, and I've got some old Italian family. It's all original family recipes in here. It's on Amazon. There's the name of it. Shane Vaughn's Book of Cookery. I think it's $10. Be a great gift to give away this gift giving season. So anyway, somebody's calling me. They'll have to call back. So anyway, there it is. I'll try to get it there where you can see the name of it. There we go. Shane Vaughn's Book of Cookery and Culinary Delights. Why don't you get it for a gift this season? The best recipes. Now, if you're on a diet, I don't know, but if you like good, there it is. 150 recipes in there. And one important book, if you don't have this one will change your life. Now, my cookbook will change your waistline, but this one will change your life. It's my wife's book. It's called A God Interruption. God raised my wife from the dead after 7 days with 0% chance to ever live again, about like this election, 0% chance. And her book tells a story that everybody that gets this little book in their hand, it changes their faith level. It's called A God Interruption. It's available on Amazon. Okay, so here we go. So are those 200,000 ballots going to be thrown out? They absolutely will be. Totally retabulated, retallied. Now, all 200,000 of those votes, may not all be for Joe Biden. But I can assure you, if they were mail-in ballots, a large percentage of them were. So, ladies and gentlemen, we love you guys, and I'll be back tonight to wrap up all of today's news for you. Okay? Please share. Please, please, pretty please. Would you share if I sang you a song? Would you put our voice around the world? Help us get the good news out, everybody. Love you guys. Bye-bye.